Welcome back, listeners. I'm sick. I'm hoarse. I'm sorry. This is episode, I don't even know, 113, maybe?
113.
Right, okay, yes. Of the Hippos podcast, my name's Ayman.
And I'm healthy, fresh, feeling good, and I'm David.
Okay, good. You got to get the energy for the both of us today, because...
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just came off a meeting as well, so I've been talking solidly for an hour already. My voice is like, my throat is really starting to kill. Anyway, we've got a big episode for you this week. All of your YouTube recommendations that you need for the week, as well as, I might even call it drama, but the latest drama. There has been a bunch of drama. Surprise, surprise, it involves Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein. I mean... When it comes to drama, like those two have probably the most of anyone. And when it's them together, it's just, oh God, a mess. Yeah, and I don't really have like a specific channel that I'm covering this week, but I have a few kind of interesting, good videos that I've been watching. Yeah, so I've got some good recommendations actually. Some good ones.
So not like a whole, one leader, just gonna give us a good plethora of good content.
I'm going to give you lots of small cups instead of one big cup. You get me? Yeah.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
But first of all, as is tradition, let's talk about let's see how many hours of YouTube you and I have watched in the past week. What's your number this week?
I'm not going to round up, even though I really want to. I've got 14 hours 58 minutes.
Oof. We can round that up. I don't mind.
Ah, thanks, buddy.
I'll give you the 15. Yeah, you've done better than me this week. I mean, I guess partly because I've been ill and stuff. Actually, also
not really. When you're ill,
no, that's
shouldn't
true.
You?
That is actually true. No, I think I know what it is though. We found a couple new shows on Netflix.
Oh, he's gone mainstream.
That's probably what it is.
He's gone mainstream.
Yeah. So I've got 9 hours, 10 minutes.
I see.
Which is probably my weakest week in a long time, actually. I mean, considering last week, what was it? It was something like 20 or approaching 20, I think. So, yeah. So.
Well, I mean, we are a YouTube, podcast, but what were you watching on Netflix?
Netflix, we started this show Sweet Tooth. It just came out. It's kind of big one. That's pretty good. But then we also watched a couple of animes. So we're watching this one, Steins Gate, at the moment. It's about like time travel and stuff. It's really good. It's really good. Thing is with animes, like, because the episodes are really, they're only like 18 minutes or so long, because it's only like 22, 24 minute thing, but animes always have a minute and a half to 2 minutes intro, and then at the end they also have a really long outro, plus like, what happened previously and also what happens next stuff.
Exactly.
So once you cut all that out, it's really like, it's like 18 minutes, barely any more than that. So, and then they're just so Moorish, it's so consumable. Yeah, but the big thing I wanted to talk about this week was the Trisha Paytas, Ethan from H3 drama. I hate calling it drama, but kind of is. So do you know much about what's gone on?
I mean, I know. Well, I don't want to like spoil it without giving a nice little journey to the story, but I know they've broken up as a sort of business. I guess. What's their podcast called? Like Frenemies. It's
Frenemies,
like not them. So it's not the main podcast. It's the side. It's a brand new podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they basically have been doing the Frenemies podcast, which is just Trisha and Ethan, and they've been doing that for quite some time now. But Trisha's left it or said she's leaving it several times.
Yeah,
I think it's the third or fourth. But they reached, it was the 39th episode of the show. And
not bad.
Not bad, yeah. And yeah, basically the end of the show, she said, you know what, that's it. Actually in the show, she didn't actually say, "Oh, I'm leaving Frenemies." But they argued at the end of that episode,
and they kept airing it, which I respect, but also confused by. Right?
Yeah,
like it was a proper between them, not to the audience kind of argument.
Yeah. But Ethan loves to have a bit of an argument on the podcasts, so he didn't
Twitter.
cut it when he should have, and Twitter, yeah. But yeah, basically, they argued at the end of the episode, and then we heard afterwards that Trisha is leaving, and the way we heard was that she posted a video to her own channel. Typical sitting on the floor, how it is, like no makeup and crying and all of that. It was even the cliche in her kitchen too, which I don't know. I think it was Ethan that actually has said that before. Like, what is with all these apology videos needing to be on the floor in their kitchen? It's like the worst recording space, loads of echo.
Exactly. I want to see an apology video. Just walking around, Why are you cross-legged with tears coming on the cheeks? No.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's basically, she said, look, I'm stepping down from Frenemies. It's hard to pin down exactly what the issue was. She's just so scattered with it. But okay, so here's the timeline of events, right? They had the episode and they argued in it. Then Trisha posts a video saying, I'm stepping down from Frenemies.
Oh, could I ask, that argument, is that anything to do with money or the business or anything like that? Or they just argued about random stuff?
So the argument was basically, yes, about money. So she was saying, I'm getting, but more like money and the management of the podcast. She was saying, you're getting the the extra 5% that is going to, and the highlights channel, which is going towards running the show, right? But then why don't I get input on who we hire to do the show?
That was it. Yeah.
Basically, but it was a lot about this like extra money, this like 5% plus highlights. But then in her I'm leaving Frenemies one, she keeps saying it in her videos, it's not about the money, but like all they really spoke about was kind of the money.
And like percentage sharing and all
that. But basically she's not happy with how it's managed. It's all of Ethan's people running the show, the people that also do the H3 podcast, and she's like, they're not my people, and my ideas don't get put forward, and I don't have any say in how things go, and I don't think that she's like, I don't know. The thing is with the percentages and how it's run and everything, it's like, well, you agreed that at the beginning. You agreed that he's going to get an extra 5% plus the highlights, right? And if you've already agreed that, to keep bringing it up and complaining about it, it's a bit like, well, you already agreed it. Not to mention, he has put a lot of time and money and energy into running the show. He's got his people working on it. They're getting paid. He's paying them whilst they're working, running the sound or whatever for the podcast. So, they built the set and everything. He even put in a bunch of money, he said, for Frenemies merch, which wasn't supposed to come out for another month. And he's on Twitter, like, what am I going to do with 4,000 Frenemies hoodies? But yeah, okay. So back to the timeline. So podcast posted with the argument. She then posts a video saying she's stepping down from Frenemies. Then she posts another video the same day.
Without any response to anything, or she just
she just posted this, but then right around the same time, if not a little after, Ethan did some tweets. They weren't like terribly, they weren't like
those tweets, right there in the face.
They weren't terrible though. They weren't like, they were just saying, I've really got to defend my people. Like she was saying, I think it was unfair what she did and said, and that kind of stuff. But then he actually went on to delete them. She said, I'm actually deleting my tweets about this, but he tried to talk to her, but instead of talking answering and talking to him, she just posted more videos. So since then, so I mentioned posts one, stepping down from frenemies, posts another the same day. Since then, she's posted another 5 videos. So overall now, she's got 7 videos about this. And these aren't fly under the radar videos. These are they get more views than anything else on her channel. Seriously.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The first one's almost 2.5 mil. The others are 800-900K, over 1 million for a couple of them. She's, and she's got 70 of these things. So it's in her interests. I guess it's a bit cynical, but it's in her interests to make as many videos about this as possible. But she seems to have stopped now. But yeah, 7 videos over the course of 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Well, I'll take that, PewDiePie.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then, so like I said, she wasn't talking to Ethan and he deleted his tweets. But then he also, about halfway through this, he posted a video all about it to the H3 podcast channel, basically just talking about her quitting, and she wasn't happy with what she said, with what he said and everything. And some of hers are labeled part 1 Ethan's lies, part 2 and a part 3 as well, Ethan's lies,
docu-series.
Yeah. And these aren't even short videos.
I could imagine.
These are 50 minutes. Those Ethan lies ones are 40 to 50 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 15. I was like, yeah, that's pretty long. 50.
No, yeah. Part 3 Ethan lies 45. Part 2 40. Part 1's 50 minutes. They're beasts, man, and it's really difficult. I haven't watched all of them. I've skimmed. I've watched all of a couple of her videos, but I've skimmed all of them. They're really difficult to watch because it's just a stream of consciousness, and she's so upset, and she's just speaking and going over things, repeating things, and it's just really hard to follow.
Speaking out of emotion more so than
So I mean, it seems like this time it really definitely is over. But man, I wish you. Yeah, Ethan has left it now, and since he deleted his tweets, and he did post that one video, but his one video was really, it was quite moderate. He was kind of just trying to defend his staff and things. But he gave the impression that Trisha wanted to fire his staff and get her own. I mentioned she wants more creative control and everything, which isn't really what she said. And even when I was watching his, I was like, that's not really what she was saying. But then she posted her own video in response to that, saying, yeah, that is really not what I wanted and everything. So, he's clearly not hearing her and is not responding in a way that actually helps her concerns. But then as well, she's not really being clear with what she actually wants. So, it's over. It was a fun podcast, but yeah, it's over.
Did you listen to most of the 39 episodes?
I listened to a lot of them, yeah. They're quite...
Was there ever an argument in any of the previous ones? Was this
yes, all the time. They argued all the time. And this whole 5% money thing has come up several times before.
Oh, I see.
Many times before. She's always complaining about it, but no, it's not about money. It's not about money, but it kind of seems like it is. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how it's going to work because, it kind of... She was leaving, it kind of seemed amicable, but then she's just nailing all these videos, so it really doesn't seem amicable. But the thing is, she's getting married to Ethan's brother-in-law, Healer's brother.
What?
Yeah, and they go to family functions together, and she's over at their house for dinners, and friends with
that's crazy.
Making friends with the kid and all that stuff. So.
You know what's funny? Being an outsider into this is because that's from Trisha from the Vlog Squad. This was her through and through. I'm gonna leave. And when she was dating Jason Nash from the Vlog Squad, it was constant like, oh, I'm gonna leave this relationship, I'm gonna leave this, but then they'd break up like 8 times.
Really?
And it would always be public, and she would always make a video about
Yeah.
the reason why she didn't, why she's back. And like, it's really sad to see this as an ongoing trait.
It's gonna be some awkward family dinners, you know. But the thing is with Trisha, like, she has mental health problems. So it could. She probably is gonna regret this, but she said so much that she can't really go back on it. It's like it's a difficult position for her, and obviously you can say, oh well, she put herself in that position, and but when you have like mental health issues, you can't, she's not really able to control everything she says or does or feels. So it's but at this point, I don't think it's gonna happen again. I think it's over.
The most good news possible is that it becomes amicable. They become friends outside of a podcast again.
Exactly. But man, it's just a mess. Also, I just want to mention her channel name is, I don't think she's always had this. I think it used to just be called Trisha Paytas, but her channel name is like BLND Sundol 4MJ. It's like it's like short for, it's like blonde Sundol 4MJ. I don't know what that is.
Interesting. Could have sworn, she had a normal name before, unless it's a second channel, but I don't.
No, it's definitely her main. And when you search Trisha Paytas, this is still what comes up. So I don't know why she's named it that, but it's weird. But whatever. So that's the drama in a nutshell. It's whatever. It's a mess, but who really cares? If you're like fan of the podcast, it sucks. But it's just God, it's just such a mess. I'm just amazed. She's adding it up. She's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got herself another 7, 8 million views on her channel. Just from this drama. So any money she was missing out on, she's made it. She's definitely made it back.
I'll get that 5% one way or another.
Yeah. Because everything else on her channel gets 300K, 500 maybe. Anyway, that is the update. You got to take over for a bit. I got to rest my voice.
I mean, I wouldn't say I have drama on my side, and I really did want to get into it, but I woke up really early and I was like, okay, let me watch all these TikTok versus YouTuber fights. And
what? As in boxing fights or argument fights?
Dude.
I don't know about this. You got to tell me.
Yeah, on Saturday it's like six YouTubers versus 6 TikTokers, and
really
the main card was like the Ace family, Austin McBroom. I think they've got like 40 mil subs versus Bryce Hall. Like the main TikTok guy that all the girls love.
Yeah.
Really? But like the fights were actually not too bad. I think Gibbs won, who's from the UK. He got a draw, and it should have been a win in his favor. But that was like pretty much the only drama, I suppose. But I mean, I was the top 2 cards. They actually fought like they made the most of their 3-month camp. But for the others, gosh, it was embarrassing.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, man.
I saw actually Deji had a fight recently.
Oh, yeah. And he just like gave up. Like he was exhausted. He put too much in, and he was actually winning. But then, he just tanked out, which is hilarious because his alias is the Tank.
I saw that he lost, but I didn't actually see the fight.
Gosh, these low tier YouTube boxers, they sure get into trending quite easily. Because like when it was over, I mean, just like the Logan Paul fight, it's like it's all their responses, like, "Oh, I got robbed," or "Oh, I'm taking a break now." Gosh, flooding my Explore page. But seriously. Still definitely wouldn't have paid for that. But I'm more shocked that there isn't a main channel that is putting all these fights on. I'm just watching people's recorded streams on YouTube. Like, why isn't the company that hosted it profiting from all these views? They did it with the Logan Paul one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess, wait, so are the fighters putting it on their own channels?
No, not even that.
Oh,
just people who are
re-uploads.
illegally re-uploading it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like there was Sky Sports and Showtime. I know Logan and Floyd was a bigger fight, sure, but you know, as soon as it was done, they put that video up there before anybody else starts getting the views off them. So I'm just surprised there wasn't one for this. The amount
guys,
of
you got a lot to learn. Okay, I mean, Logan's already figured it out. He's got it down. You know.
But yeah, I mean, entertaining. What else have I watched? I don't know. I kind of started watching a YouTuber / streamer who just plays Call of Duty Warzone, but now instead of playing, he dies immediately and he just spectates other people, and he just does commentary over like, it's almost in like a mix of like horse race commentary versus like I'm your sensei. Like the people can't really hear him in most cases, and he's just like wishing him all the best and like, you know, saying, "Oh, I wouldn't have done that." Like, oh, watch out! Like, of course he can't hear you, but it's entertaining getting that narration in the background. The YouTuber's Tim the Tapman. I used to watch him.
Oh, Tim the Tapman. Yeah, know him. Yeah.
2020. He was a breath of fresh air when we were all locked in, watching Call of Duty videos. But that was a good reason to come back onto his channel, because now he does spectating videos.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I've got a few, so I'll mention the first of my like few little recommendation nuggets for you. But the first is from Matt Colbo, who we've covered before. We did a whole episode about Matt Colbo, but basically does a short sketch comedy. And he did one that was just titled Logan Paul's Boxing Promoter, probably. And it's just him pretending to be Logan, on the phone with his promoter, and he's playing both characters, and he's like, nice. You, a boxer who fought against a YouTuber and didn't win. Well, I've got a new fight for you. Okay, this time, Floyd Mayweather. It's against a real boxer, and it's just like his version of how that conversation
must have happened.
will go down. He's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Right? Well, this is a guy's a real boxer, and it's like, yeah, but you're gonna make tons of money though, tons of money. Oh, tons of money. Oh,
I'll say no more.
yeah, really, really funny. Really recommend that video. It's only a couple minutes long, but yeah, definitely check that one out. Really good. I mean, Matt Colbo in general, he deserves more views. You know.
We've always said
he's approaching 250k subs, but I mean, this one for example, it's only on 90k views. I mean, typical for him, but really could do with more. You know, he deserves it. Really deserves it.
Like for the rest of actually, besides one video, everything else I've been watching is in the same lines. Like a lot of short skits. There's one video which, you got to take with a grain of salt. It's not as bad as the title sounds. There's a comedic undertone, of course, but there's a video by Long Beach Griffey where he basically acts as if he's in the studio and they're gonna record like basically a rap, but the rapper is a school shooter, and it's actually really funny, of course. But then I got another one from Ryan Reynolds, Mr. Deadpool himself. He has a channel and it's got a couple million subs as well. But all his videos, they're all skits. A lot of them are ads. But so entertaining to watch as ads as well. Really? But there's one about him making a drink that he called vasectomy, and it's almost like a like a Happy Father's Day video, and he's just making it, and he's just so unhappy as he makes the drink, and he's got little puns for everything, like, oh yeah, this is what you do when your kids are just running around and you just can't take it, kind of thing. But it was just a very, very good video. He's got a lot of good ones, especially about like gin. There's a video where they bought a football club in Wales, if I remember. Randomly, and it was like, how do we get this more popular? And it was just a short skit on that. It was like, nice. I was quite entertained.
He's just a bit of a legend, Ryan Reynolds. He's really
he can't do any wrong.
Yeah, he's good. Okay, the next on my list, similar to Matt Colbo, but the latest video by Gus Johnson. So he's done one with this kind of joke before, but this video is called donating money to small streamers, but I do it anonymously so I don't exploit them for views, brackets prank. He's done it before. Nice. He plays this like real bro-ish kind of YouTuber character. He did it before where he was donating money to homeless people, but not showing them in the video so as not to exploit them for views. And he would go around just giving money to homeless people, but off camera, and be like, "Oh, we just made that guy's life so much better, and we totally didn't show him because I'm not trying to just help this guy for views." Right. This one is just him. It's just a camera on his face at the computer, like, "Oh, I'm just about to donate this undisclosed amount to this unknown streamer." Oh, he's really pleased. That's going to really make his life better. Yeah, that's going to really, really improve his time. I'm sure this made him happy. And so, like, it's really, really funny, and is so on point. I mean, you think Mr. Beast? That's exactly what Mr. Beast does.
Yep.
So yeah.
Man, it's a tough one, but it's so true.
Yeah. Again, it's only a couple minutes, so also highly recommend that one. Really worthwhile.
So Dream, you knew more. Dream. I like to dream too. Yeah, I you showed me that one video where he does the manhunt on Minecraft. Yeah, this guy gets views. Everyone knows. Yes. And then he had that scandal with the speed run, blah blah blah. Yeah. But that's all I really knew, other than the podcast itself that we covered. But I watched Anthony Padilla's video where he talks to / interviews Dream. Oh. And yeah, it was a pretty good video because he does those kind of series anyway, where he's like spends the day with a YouTuber and they just talk about anything. But yeah, he's a really good host, and in this case, I think I really liked Dream from that interview. Like, he sounds so down to earth, and I can totally understand like the mistakes he made and dealing with that scandal of the speed run, and just like how he's gained all this fame and views in like 2020 till now. But yeah, it was very insightful. You probably may have knew all the answers to his questions already if you kind of knew Dream more than I did. But it was a really good video, and I didn't know he was going to do a face reveal soon. Not like I've got some pictures on my wall like, I can't wait. But interesting. I've always found it interesting on like faceless YouTubers anyway, and like, do they keep it forever, or do they just build it up for that face reveal? So
yeah. So the latest with the Dream stuff, like, I thought that was all over and done with, and then Dream himself started posting about it again, and he did a couple of posts on Twitter, like, twit longer, lengthy text posts. But the first was basically, so it was really kind of roundabout, but it was like, basically, so it turns out there may have been, cheats activated, which I wasn't aware of. And then he did a follow-up video that was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. Because everyone was like, what, can you just... Because in the first one, he didn't really outright say, yes, I was cheating and I'm sorry, even though I didn't
Yeah,
know
exactly.
about it. And
Yeah.
so then he followed it up with another one where he says, yes, I was cheating. I am sorry about it. This is why it happened. I didn't realize I was cheating. It wasn't on purpose, but, this is why it happened and all that. I just, I like his videos, but because of that whole thing, I don't like him.
Yeah.
So
that's so, yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but I would. I still watch his videos, which are quite rare, but like the Manhunt ones and stuff, they're just so entertaining and so much fun. But he himself, I just lost a lot of respect for him because of that. Just the way he handled it, it's fine. He had cheats active by mistake. Okay, I see. I'm not saying that's not how it happened. Like, I agree. It seems like that is what happened, but the way he was so argumentative and so he's dealt with the whole thing really, really poorly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, well, next on my list is a really interesting short animated video by some animator called Patrick McHale. The version I'm linking was only posted recently, like 2019, but the video itself is from 2004. And it's just this little animated video of a kind of a devil creature-like thing. And the animation style is just so wonderful. It's real kind of very few frames that are used, and the artwork is all hand-drawn, and the artwork is really good. And there's really nice, really good music, but there's no speech or anything like that. So it's just telling a little story in about a minute and a half. It's just really interesting, well done little piece of animation. And I don't know him, Patrick McHale, but apparently he's quite he's quite big in the animation art and movie storyboarding industry. He was a writer as well on Adventure Time, I think. But I don't really know him, but just seeing this, which I think got linked maybe on Reddit somewhere, it's just a really interesting, nice little video. Really, really impressed, I would say. Again, another definite watch. All of these are like a minute long. Okay, so no excuses.
Yeah, this is a very minute long recommendation list.
Exactly. This is why my hours are down this week. But yeah,
that's true.
You got to check it out. It's really well done, and it's just really interesting and cool little old school short. But yeah, recommend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to still stick with the short thing, and this is kind of maybe my channel of the week. Mm-hmm. But so it's a guy called Jack O'Shea, and he's had his channel for a while, but recently it started to get more popular, more in that 2020 era, I guess. So he does shorts, but I know what you're going to say, like YouTube shorts, like 1 minute videos.
Oh, wait, you don't mean the literal shorts?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not. Yeah. So obviously they can work on, Instagram, and they're much more shareable. But when you take that little thing aside, I gotta say, like, I've watched all of them because, of course, it's easy to, but they are very, very funny.
So it's just little skits, comedy skits.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So like, and you can even tell what the joke is gonna be by the title. Like, I don't know. Well, actually, no. In some cases, you can't. Like, how long was I asleep? Or men shouldn't take baths. It's just him being very charismatic in a situation where it's like can easily be made fun of. But then he also has his girlfriend, who so it's basically those two. She'll be recording him for his lines. He'll be recording her, and no, I just think the script for these skits are done pretty well. I'll put a couple in. Were Men of Culture, I thought was really funny. He's also got one where he's like kind of restaging that whole little, let's say, adult territory of when a plumber comes over.
Oh yeah,
and that's one of like the high views one. But yeah, no, I think all in all, like once you watch like the first three, I think that'll tell you like if you should watch all of them. For me, it worked. I watched all of them. He's got about 300k subs. Was definitely not that high before. But yeah, he's really grown, and I really like his stuff.
Nice. A lot of nugget-sized recommendations this week. It's good. The nugget episode. Let's not call it that.
Let's not call that.
Okay, I think we got to wrap up. It's a little early, but I'm really starting to die over here. Wish me luck, everyone. It's not COVID. I know that. I already done the tests. But man, things are pretty rough. So sorry for the nasal sounding voice. You can sub to us on iTunes, on any podcasting app of your choice, or on YouTube, where we are posting all of our episodes same time as as it goes out on the podcast channels. So sub to us there and drop us any comments, questions. You can even email us, hippozpodcast@gmail.com, and we will see you next week, Tuesdays. Every Tuesday. That's where we
every
post.
Tuesday.
Yes. Goodbye.